Hello, everybody. It's Mirialda here once again, and welcome back. So, we're not doing an unboxing because we have Sneaky Hokusai in front of us. And if you watched that video, you would know that as I was assembling her, I heard some cracks. And at the very end, I found out what those cracks were. Her foot has come unglued from the shoe, and it's not attached anymore. So, yay. It does look like there's just a couple little dobs of glue holding it in the first place. So, a lot of people have asked me in the past, how do you fix your figures if you need to? So, that's what this is. It's going to be a very simple fix. Basically, I got some 5-minute epoxy. We're going to take her apart, mix up the epoxy, put it on her feet, let it dry for a couple days, and then put her all back together, and that's it. So, yeah. I will be right back once I have her disassembled. Okay. So as you can see, I've taken off her swords and sashes and Toto-sama. I've taken off her hair and her little paintbrushes. So we're left with Hokusai and her shoe. This will be interesting to do with the camera in the way. But anyways, I got a piece of basically cardboard cereal box that I've opened. You want a clean thing. You don't want like dyes or anything. But anyways, so there is the shoe. And you can just see like where her foot pegs in. That's where the sashes of her sandal pegs in. And yeah, there's just looks like a little dab of glue right there and little dabs of glue right there. And those just broke off. And if we look at her foot, see a little bit of the paint, and you can see those little pegs. So yeah, basically we're going to take some standard 5-minute epoxy. Got this from Dollar Tree, and you'll notice I do have a black line. You don't want to, you can reuse this like multiple uses, but you want to make sure the caps don't get rotated so that they mix, because then it'll set up. But yeah, it's a 2-part epoxy. You squeeze it out, you mix it up, and then you put it on what you want to glue. You hold it together for a while, and then you let it dry for 24 or 48 hours or whatever. It says 5-minute epoxy, but you want to let it dry for quite a while. And a word of warning, the stuff does stink. And then to avoid a Karyl issue where I messed up with super glue, just using a toothpick to mix and to spread the glue. I'll probably put it mostly right in here and maybe a little bit on the bottom of her foot, and then just hold it. So yeah, let's get to this. Like I said, it's going to be a simple fix. So let's see. I'm gonna just put the glue over here. You just give it a nice even squeeze. You don't need a whole lot. You're going to have a little bit of a extra glue, extra epoxy. Be right back. Once I get it moving, the camera's in the way. Okay, that was a bit of a pain, but I took some toothpicks and stabbed in there and eventually got it so that I could squeeze out the glue. You can see it came out in 2 little puddles. So we just mix this up. Like I said, you don't need a whole lot. And this is way more than you need, actually. But it's very hard to squeeze out just a very tiny bit. And you just mix it up so that it's really, really nicely mixed. Okay, that should be good. So now I'm gonna go to kind of our work area. We're gonna take this. We're gonna get a little bit of epoxy onto the toothpick. That's probably even too much. So there, just a little tiny bit. And we're gonna put that on her shoe. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. And it will squeeze out a little bit once you're done, so keep that in mind when you're putting just a little tiny bit on. So that should be enough for the shoe. Like I said, I'm going to put a little bit on her foot pegs now. Try to get it back in frame. Maybe in focus too. Just a little tiny bit. Then I'll put a little bit on the pegs. That's way too much. So you take a paper towel and just clean off some of it. A little bit on that peg. And that should be plenty. So now I'm wiping my fingers off. Should probably have gloves on if you're doing this. So now we're just going to put the shoe on. Make sure that the sandal straps go into their holes. And then we're just going to hold it. You know what? I'm going to use the paper towel to hold it. So this is not going to be exciting, so I will be back shortly. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. The shoe's pretty firmly attached now, but like I said, you want to let this stuff glue for a while. So to protect her, I'm just going to put her back in the Ami Ami box and just let her dry. So after a couple days, I'll take her out, put her back together, and she's all fixed. Probably won't even append it onto the end of this video because that's as simple as it is. I will, again, assemble her before I put her back onto the base, and that's it. Just a little bit of 5-minute epoxy, and she'll be fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you with some unboxings in the future. Bye-bye.